Good morning, students. Myself, K. Lakshmi, Assistant Professor in the Department of SNH, Chevron Engineering College. Title Lasers. Topic Interaction of Radiation with Matter. In the last session, we discussed about the properties of lasers, how lasers are different compared with ordinary light due to unique properties like coherence, directionality, intensity, monochromacity, and speakless. So in the last session, we discussed all these properties. So today we discuss about the interaction of radiation with the matter, basing on quantum mechanical view. Generally, materials are consisting of group of identical atoms or molecules, and each atom is located in a different discrete allowed energy states. In the last lesson, I explained it. For example, this indicates the nucleus positive charge, and above the nucleus, there are different energy levels are there. So here the atoms are located on these energy levels, allowed energy levels. Okay. Now, an atom can move from one energy state to another energy state. For example, let us consider two energy states. This is E2 and this is E1. So here there are different atoms in these energy levels. If an atom jumped from lower energy level to higher energy level by absorbing photon of energy, so this photon of energy is indicated by the photon of energy is nothing but light energy. Light is also one of the radiation. So this photon of energy is indicated by the waveform here. So by observing this photon of energy, here the energy of the photon value is E is equal to H nu. E is equal to H nu. Okay. Here H is called Planck's constant and V is called frequency. That means the atoms at lower energy level are jumped to higher energy level by observing a photon of energy. Here the photon of energy is H nu. What is H here? Planck's constant. Nu is frequency. So when a photon of energy is observed by the atom and it jumped from lower energy level to higher energy level. If in case the atom is present at a higher energy level, then it jumps to higher energy level to lower energy level by emitting a photon of energy. Here also it is the photon of energy and its energy is also equal to H nu. Okay. That means whatever the transition, if the transition takes place from lower energy level to higher energy level or higher energy level to lower energy level, that means either energy releases or receives, whatever it may be, this transition is nothing but quantum jump. This transition is nothing but quantum jump. Actually, this transition we have to discuss in terms of energy levels. For example, if you take three energy level system, so they are named as E1, E2, E3. Here E1 is called lower energy level, or it is also named as ground state energy level. And E2 and E3 are called higher energy states, or they may be also named as excited states. So what is these energy levels? Here the lowest energy level E1 is also called ground state energy level, and E2 and E3 are named as higher energy states or excited states. Okay, right. Actually, atoms are located in these energy levels like that. Atoms are located in these energy levels. Okay. Now the transition takes place from E1 to E2, or it may be E1 to E2 or E2 to E1, whatever it may be. So these atoms transitions are mainly classified into, these transitions of atoms are mainly classified into three types. So they are, first one is stimulated absorption, spontaneous absorption, and stimulated emission. So what are the three types of transitions? That means when a monochromatic radiation of frequency V incident on the medium. So here the radiations are named as photons, and each photons carrying of energy h nu. Here the h is called Planck's constant and nu is called a frequency. Now, if the generally the energy difference between these two energy levels is, so here this is the energy level distance between two energies. Actually, this energy difference between these two levels is h nu. That's why when you given a h nu of energy, then only atoms in the lower energy level are jumped to higher energy level, because the energy difference between these two energy levels is E2 and E1 energy levels is h nu. Okay, that's why whenever we have to given this h nu energy, then the lower energy level atoms are jumped to higher energy level. So here then generally the interactions of the radiation with the matter or with atoms are classified into three types. One is stimulated emission, spontaneous emission, and stimulated emission. Let us discuss briefly about that. Then what is stimulated emission? Sorry, stimulated absorption. So here, absorption is a process in which an atom in the ground state absorbs photon of energy equal to the difference between the energy levels and excited to the higher energy state. So let us assume two energy level system here. So this is E1 energy level, E1 energy level. This is E2 energy level. So here these dots are indicates the atoms. Okay. Now the energy difference between these energy levels is h nu. So whenever we giving this h nu of energy to these atoms, by observing this energy, atoms are jumped to higher energy level. Why? Because we have given only h nu value. Because the energy difference between these energy levels is h nu. That's why when we giving a h nu of energy to this atom, it jumped to higher energy level. That means here the atom absorbs this energy. That means the atoms in the ground state absorbs energy and they are excited to higher energy level. So this is the after absorption process. So here we have 6 atoms are there, but one atom is absorbing this energy and it jump to and it excited to the higher energy state. Now this process is nothing but stimulated absorption. Here Meaning of stimulation means this is the process taking place only by absorbing some energy or by giving some energy. So such a cases are called stimulated absorption. Stimulated absorption. Okay. Now, it will be clearly explained with an expression mathematically. Actually, A is the atom, that is a corresponding a transition atom. If we give in one photon of energy, that means this atom absorbs this photon of energy. Photon of energy is equal to h nu. Now, this is the excited atom, which is indicated by the letter A star. A star. Now, actually, here we're discussing only one atom, but we have in material, large number of atoms are closely packed. That means this transition takes place more and more atoms. Then how we explain that in terms of chance? Actually, chance is explained in mathematics by probability concept. Okay. How much chance is there and how many atoms are jumped from lower energy level to higher energy? Because in matter, we have group of atoms, a large number of group of atoms are there. How many atoms are involved in this reaction? I mean, in this stimulated absorption, that is the important. So that the chance is actually, according to mathematics concept, explained with the help of probability. Probability is nothing but a chance. So here only we're discussing about only one atom. Then how many atoms are jumped from lower energy level to higher energy level? That is explained with the help of probability. Now, probability rate of transition from state 1. State 1 is nothing but energy level E1, lower energy level, or it may be also called as ground state energy level, whatever it may be. So the probability rate of transition from state 1 to state 2 depends on the number of atoms present in the lower energy state. Actually, the atoms present in the energy levels are indicated by the number N1. N1 is the number of atoms present at lower energy level. N2 is the number of atoms present at higher energy level. That means respect to energy levels E2, respect to energy level E1. If there is another energy state, then it is named as E3 for N3 for E3 energy level, water it will. Actually, the number of atoms present in the E1 energy level, that is the lowest energy level, is indicated by the letter N1. And E2 energy level, the number of atoms is indicated by the letter N2, and so on, N3, etc. Now here we discuss about the atoms at the lower energy level, because how many number of transitions takes place? How many number of transitions can take place? That is explained with the help of probability. So what is the probability? How probability depends upon the number of atoms in the lower energy level. And it also depends upon the energy density also. And it is indicated by the letter U nu, where U nu is called energy density. So probability rate of transition from state 1 to state 2 is indicated by the symbol P12. What is the meaning of P12 here? P is nothing but probability, and 1 2 from state 1 to state 2. So this probability is actually equal to, it depends upon number of atoms in the lower energy level and energy density. So what is here B12? B12 is called Einstein coefficient. B12 is called Einstein's coefficient for absorption. B12 is called Einstein coefficient for absorption. So here, this is the expression for the probability of stimulated absorption. That means how many atoms can transition takes place from lower energy level to higher energy level. So what is energy density here? Energy density means, so here in such a matter, so this is the some volume, okay. So in this volume, we have so many number of atoms, but these atoms are located in a energy levels like that. So energy density means how many atoms are presented in these energy levels. Energy level E1, energy level E2, E3, and so on. So that is the meaning of energy density. Energy density is nothing but how many atoms are in energy levels. Okay. So it is indicated by the letter U nu. Okay. Right. So this is the final expression for the stimulated absorption. So this stimulated absorption is P12 equal to B12 N1 U nu. Okay. Right. Now the next concept, spontaneous emission. So what is a spontaneous emission? Just we discussing about transition maybe takes place from lower energy level to higher energy level or higher level energy level to lower energy. Both are example for transition between transition of atoms from one energy level to another energy level. So here the next topic is spontaneous emission. What is the spontaneous emission? I will clearly explain with the help of figure. Okay. So here, so these are the atoms in the higher energy level and these are the atoms in the lower energy level. Let us take these are the two energy levels. E1 and E2. Okay. Now, here the E2 is called excited state. Okay. But in the excited state, atoms remain a small time. That means actually the atoms are staying at the energy level E2 is very less time. So here this time duration spent by an atom in the excited state is indicated by the concept lifetime of a state. So the spending of atom in an excited state, the spending of atom in an exciting state, time duration is called lifetime of state. Generally, the lifetime of hydrogen atom, that means what is the lifetime here? The spending time of atom in the excited state. How much time, how much long that atom is stayed in the highest energy level is called lifetime of state. Actually, the lifetime of hydrogen atom is 10⁻⁻8 seconds. But some atoms does not stay more time in the excited state, so they can easily jump from higher energy level to lower energy level. That means they cannot stay in the too long time at this energy level. So that's why without absorbing any energy, without taking any energy, they jumped by own itself. They jumped by own itself to lowest energy. That means here the process is taking by emitting of a photon of energy. So whenever you observe here, this is the initial positions of atoms in the energy level. Actually, we have 4 atoms are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. But for example, this atom having a less lifetime, that means less time it is staying on this energy level, then it jumps to lower energy level. So it jumps to lower energy level by emitting a photon of energy. So I already said that photon of energy is h nu, which is the difference between these energy levels. Okay. Here the emission is takes place. That means in this transition process, they emitted photon of energy. Okay. Then what is the difference between absorption and emission? Here, a photon of energy is absorbed. And here, a photon of energy is emitted. That is the difference between absorption and emission. Okay. Actually, in the absorption process, photon of energy is absorbed, but whereas in this case, photon of energy is emitted. So that's why this process is called emission process. And why it is called spontaneous? So that is a very important here. The spontaneous meaning, here we cannot give any external energy, but even though the atom jumped from higher energy level to lower energy, that means we cannot give any external energy for this atom. We cannot giving any external energy for this atom, but even though it jumped from higher energy level to lower energy, and also it emits some photon of energy, that is one photon of energy, which is equal to h nu. Okay. So the excited atom is indicated by the symbol A star. Okay. Actually, when the atom is in the excited state, it is indicated by the symbol A star. So A star, now it emits one photon of energy and regains its original energy. Okay. So original energy means original position in the lower energy level. So what is the original position? That is A. And it emits one photon of energy. Next, as usual, same whatever we discuss in the spontaneous absorption. How much chance is there when atoms are traveling from or transition from higher energy level to lower energy? What is the chance? So that chance is explained in mathematics as with the help of concept probability. So the probability of spontaneous emission is mainly depends upon the number of atoms presented in the excited state. So P21 SP is equal to A21 N2. Here, what is P21 SP? Let I will explain that. Here, the P is probability. Now, the transition takes place from 2 to 1. That means energy level E2 to E1. Here, the suffix SP means spontaneous. And it is depends only upon the number of atoms in the excited state. Actually, excited state means energy level E2. So respect to atoms in this energy state is N2. So simply it is equal to N. Here what is A21? A21 is called Einstein coefficient for spontaneous emission. Einstein coefficient for spontaneous emission. Right. Here the main point is emission of radiation. Here what is this photon of energy? Already I explained this. Photon of energy is nothing but light. This is the light. Okay. So light means we cannot explain in terms of one wave. A light means it is a beam of waves like that. So here the emission is takes place by beam of waves. So whatever the beam of light rays is out emitting by this process are in out of phase. What is the meaning of out of phase? Actually, by observing this figure, these all light waves are in same phase. But in this process, whatever the photons are emitted are in out of phase. That means they are look like that. Okay. So automatically these photons are in out of phase. That means in the spontaneous emission process, whatever the photons are emitted are in out of phase. That means they are incoherent. Already in the last session, I explained that. So, for example, these beam of rays are incoherent, but these beam of rays are incoherent. So, because of that, their amplitude is different, their frequency is different, their phase is different. So, automatically they are incoherent and they are also non-monochromatic. This was first explained by the scientist Bohr. So, what are the key points here? In the spontaneous emission, the first point is without any external energy, the atoms in the higher energy level state are jumped to lower energy state by emitting photon of energy. These photon of energy are not incoherent. Why? Because they are out of phase. They are out of phase. So then what is the probability here? That means how many atoms in the higher energy level are jumped to lower energy level? That is P21 SP equal to A21 N2. Here the A21 is nothing but Einstein coefficient for spontaneous emission. So here this was first explained by the scientist Bohr. And the next concept is stimulated emission. So here is also a emission process. Then what is the main difference between spontaneous and stimulated? Okay. Actually, in the last emission process, here there is no additional energy. Okay. Here we have no additional energy here. Okay. Now, still some atoms in the excited state having more lifetime. What is the meaning of lifetime? How much long does atoms are staying in the excited state? So some atoms having more lifetime, that's why they cannot easily jump from higher state to lower energy state. In such a cases, when we giving some external energy to these atoms, so what is the external energy? One photon of energy. If we giving one photon of energy to this atom, by observing this energy, then only jump to lower energy. Here the important point is, here also emitted photon of energy, but two photons of energy. That means when one photon of energy is observed by the atom and the transition takes place by emitting of two photons of energy. So these two photons of energy are, you observe that they are in coherence, highly coherent, monochromatic, high directionality, high intensity. So simply what are these characteristics? These characteristics are belongs to which light? Laser light. So that's why once again we recall it. What is the abbreviation of laser? Light amplification, stimulated emission of radiation. That means by the process of stimulated emission, we get the laser radiation. So that is the abbreviation of laser. So what is here SE? SE means stimulated emission. So what is it? Stimulated emission? The atoms in the higher energy level, they cannot jump to lower energy level. But when we given some extra energy, that means when we given one photon of energy, then the atoms are jumped to lower energy by emitting two photons of energy. Here, what is these two photons of energy? They are same frequency, same amplitude. That means simply this photon of energy is nothing but which light? It is not ordinary light. It is a high monochromatic light. That is nothing but laser light. That means simply in one word, in spontaneous emission, we get ordinary light. This is the spontaneous emission. We get ordinary light. Whereas in stimulated emission process, we get laser light. So here the all the radiations are traveling same direction, same phase like that, and same frequency and so on. So simply these kind of emission is nothing but stimulated emission. So here this is expressed in terms of an atom. What is A star here? A star is nothing but atom at higher energy level. So this atom is jumped to lower energy level by absorbing a photon of energy. That means H nu plus A star and jump to lower energy. So the atom in the lower energy is indicated by the letter A. But by emitting two photons of energy, here what is H nu? Photon of energy. How many photons of energy is emitted? Two photons. That is very important point here. Whenever we are giving one photon of energy, then higher energy atom jump to lower energy level by emitting two photons of energy. Again, this process is also explained in terms of probability. So the probability, that means P21. 21 means transition takes place from energy level 2 to energy level 1. Here the ST, the suffix means stimulated emission, and this is equal to B21 N2 U. What is here N2? Number of atoms in the energy level E2. U nu is energy density, and B21 is called Einstein coefficient for stimulated emission. So today's session we discuss about the three types of transitions, that is stimulated absorption, spontaneous emission, and stimulated emission. In the next session we discuss about the remaining topic. Okay, thank you to all.